All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to module 9, drones technology, drones fun to fly and fantastic to make money. Um, Now, ladies and gentlemen, yes, don't we hear all the time that you cannot fly a drone within 5 miles radius of any airport? But I'm going to show you some. Yes, it's in Canada. It's 9 kilometers, and many other countries may vary a little bit. But still, for all within that radius, you cannot fly. But I'm going to show it to you that if you are certified drone flyer, that means you get the certificate from FAA, remote pilot's license. You would be way above everybody else to get eligibility to work in airports with so many different job functions. And I'm going to show that I have a whole list of jobs that are in the airports for a certified drone flyer. But of course, I suggest, as I keep saying, we have the drone pilot's flight log and record book. In fact, even this one is done by our sponsors, Seagate.com. You can buy it for a nominal figure, or you can just freely download it from udroneanywhere.com and have your log sheets printed. But why I keep suggesting is that shows you how serious and responsible flyer you are. That's very important, mainly when it comes to jobs in the airports and even outside. That'll help a lot to get the jobs of higher level in as we are trying to discuss over here. If you think about the job functions in the airports itself, I think in the weather module, that was module 4, I described in detail about the ADS-B system that is coming as a compliance on 2020. It's going to get into action. That means if you are, let's say you have done the assembly work, you know how to assemble a drone and how to fly a drone, and when the compliance comes in 2020, that means in fact December 31st of 2019, you will have to have all these aircraft with the avionics system of ADS-B, and meaning, like, if you can assemble a drone, but I must tell you up front, even to go and touch avionics panel in an aircraft, unless you are certified, you cannot do that. But you have some time to work on that, and also you can call up these avionics companies and say, okay, we have I have experience of putting drones together and flying them. So can I how to enter to this avionics field? And in fact, I listed out a company, and there are a number of other companies in the links page. What is the other thing is possible is somebody would be able to even sponsor you. I know they are high ticket courses, but somebody would be able to even sponsor you, because when the mandate comes, when all these aircrafts needs to get new ADS equipment, that means a lot of jobs for the technicians. And let's talk about other jobs like accident investigators relating to airports. You need that. Relating to flying, you need that. And even that some of the jobs I mentioned over here is applicable even to outside airports. Aviation attorneys. Talking about attorneys, I have to tell you this. I spoke to one of my friend attorneys. We say, okay, now what do you know about drones development that is happening? Do you know anything relating to legal matters? Believe me, he had absolutely no clue. And I said, and I asked him, okay, if a drone comes around to a premises and hover around your window, what do you do? He said, I have a licensed gun, I'm going to shoot it. Say what? You're going to shoot a drone? You know what, if you did that, you know what you did? That is, you are shooting an aircraft. That's the law today. So just an example, you cannot do that. You end up in a lot of trouble, or else you are using a firearm in a highly dense place, and all those laws. So what I'm trying to say on that fact also, there are a lot of jobs even for attorneys, and so what are the other jobs in airports? Let's say aviation inspectors. You will be well received by those jobs to hire for those jobs. And meteorology, I explained a lot with that relating to airports or even outside. And administrative jobs in airports, travel agents, ticketing agents, operation supervisors, avionics, as I explained just now, aeronautical, airframes, power plants, and engineering. Engineering, of course, not only inside the airport, even outside jobs. You have your drone pilot license, you are ahead of the game. Then, of course, architecture. Then that also applies inside and outside. Inspection of sites, inside the airports or outside. Then tarmac airport inspections. That's again a lot of let's say the larger jets like jumbos or even Airbus. To if there's a need to inspect at the high end of the fuselage or the fin, then you need if there is a drone, it's easy to check with the drone rather than sending somebody with the tall equipment. And then of course there are other jobs, cargo handlers, baggage handlers, skycap. I just mentioned those things. I understand once you get the remote pilot license, your value is more, but it gives you to enter into airport jobs, and you can work your way up. People have done that, right? We have to agree. So some people start at very low level and rise up. Flight attendants, yes, yeah. If you are pretty or handsome, you get hired. Poor you. If you are pretty, what can you do? You cannot help it, right? I'm injecting a little humor there, but this is the fact of the matter too. The airport workshops, power plants, whether it is sheet metal or, as I said, civil engineering or mechanical, still this disciplined a drone flyer would have an added advantage. Then all these assemblers, installers, installing stuff, whether it is inside the aircraft or even in the buildings and the complex of airports. Still, that is a needed thing, and there is a demand on those. What I would like on, we were talking about, now let's talk about a little on jobs outside. Okay, insurance. I wonder, when it comes to insurance, I wonder how many cars were made before they started moving around on back old days roads. They decided to insure them. And how about the VIN number? How many cars were going on the roads before they decided to do VIN numbers? Believe me, that's coming with the drones too. I'm not talking about timeline or anything, but I would give the assurance they are coming. Okay, high voltage towers and power lines inspection. I'm going to show a video over here, and let's see now. Okay, let's go and see this video.
100 meters above the ground, and the people have to walk on the cables and just inspect them by hand. So it's a very dangerous job, it's very demanding, and it's also very expensive to stop the transmission of electricity. So that's why we developed Explainer. With this machine, we don't need to stop the transmission of electricity. It can move on live lines. Here in Japan, we're using up to 500 kilovolts, but it could be used in 750 kilovolts, for example.
When the robot comes up against obstacles while traversing the lines, it can manipulate its center of gravity to move around them.
There is a huge number of obstacles to cross. There are cable spacers. They are used to keep the distance between the lines constant. And those are still more or less easy to cross. But when we reach the tower, we have the suspension clamp, which is basically a metallic tool that is hanging the wires. And we have to find a way to cross that to continue to the next tower. So this is one of the strong points of Explainer. It was developed in order to be able to do some, we call them acrobatic motions, on the lines to overcome the obstacles and continue inspecting. So for example, if we stretch this manipulator all the way to one side, we end up lifting the pulleys in the other side. By lifting the pulleys, then we can do those acrobatic moves I was talking about, rotate them outside or use them to overcome obstacles and so on.
The robot uses 8 cameras to inspect 4 lines simultaneously, continuously recording a 360-degree view of each line. It also records GPS information as well as the distance from the tower, so that any defects are not only easy to locate, but also so operators can track the deterioration of the lines over time. After inspection, the data is automatically processed on the ground, and any anomalies found, such as rust, defects, surface damage, or line diameter changes which can be indicative of internal corrosion, are flagged for inspection.
As for future applications, we have a few based on this concept, operations based on works on the lines. Not only inspection, but really maintenance of the structure. But this is still under consideration.
Highbot will begin commercial operation of the Explainer in 2011. Dig Info News.
So, okay, if this job we don't use drones for this job, for what else? For what do we gonna use for use drones for? Also, now I'm going to pay your attention on how they did it with the helicopters. Before, also mentioning before helicopters, they used to do it manually with when I say that's the wrong word. Manually means they used to use cranes and go up there, and of course there was the problem of when you move a crane, the agricultural land and other properties, all those come into play, and there was a huge problem. And just imagine how I'm going to show how they did with the helicopters. Give me a moment, let me get there you go. And in fact, you can see these. I have put the links. You can see this in the links, and of course accredited for the YouTube. Also there on our website. There are 2 helicopters doing the job. Yeah. Just imagine how dangerous and how much synchronization you gotta do to get this job done safely without getting without losing your life, to put it simply. All right, and I also would like to show. Don't forget to go to the link and see it also on our website, or you can search and do how this person is maneuvering when they manually used to do, how this person is going along the cables. And there you go. So pretty much to finish this up, I'll do a recap, and we will continue the module 9.